Okay, we're back. And it's buffering again. Boost the morale of the children. Okay. Anything specific, or do you just want to try and boost their morale? Make better workers out of them. Okay. So the beatings will continue until morale improves, basically. Uh, raise children morale. Okay, and how long do you think we should spend raising their morale? $2 weeks? Okay. Dang it. Okay. Did I... After the event happened, did I lower project times? I don't think I did. Because they went back up, and then they should go back down. So that's where we should be right now on that. Okay. I think that's where we're at, right? Okay. So that was a startup project. We are back up to Untamed Fox. 5 left of summer. So tell you what, we're almost done with summer. This has been going on for a while. Do you want to keep going, or should we just end this here and pick up fall and winter tomorrow? I'll let you guys decide on that. So this, it says it's 9. This is definitely not a 9 of diamonds. It's 6 of diamonds. Untamed Fox. Okay. Yeah, well, we've only got a few more for summer, so we'll try and knock it out. Untamed Fox. Outsiders arrive in the area. Why are they a threat, and how are they vulnerable? Or, outsiders arrive in the area. How many, and how do we greet them? Basically, people have come. Why are they here? And what are we going to do about them? Do they have children? We'll be very suspicious about them, okay? Why are they a threat? Why are we suspicious about them? Or is that... So this is kind of a weird one. So the first option seems to imply that they've come here, but we think they're a threat, but they're also vulnerable to something that we apparently know of. Or they come here and we don't know why they're here, but we just greet them anyway. So are you saying that we greet them suspiciously? That we're cautious about it? Or are we suspecting that they're a threat? Okay, so 9 people show up, and we're a little bit suspicious of them. That's how we're handling that. Okay, so let's talk about 9 suspicious travelers. Oh my God, travelers. This is true. I still didn't get that right. Suspicious. There we go. Okay. So we've got these travelers in the village now. We don't know much about them. Okay, so what are we doing for the action? Discovering, having a discussion, or starting a new project? Actually, before that, I keep forgetting about the projects. The aqueducts are done. They are repaired. So we'll put that in community, I guess. We have a working aqueduct. So now we have fresh water, I guess, as well as we have explored the mossy stones. What have we found out about the mossy stones? This looks like it is a Calum project, but... So lore stones, like they've had carvings on them. We discover something about them that way. Okay, carvings on the stone. We'll put that at lore, or should we put that as a problem? It's not really a problem. Okay, so the moss is tasty. Should we put that as a resource, that it's edible moss? Let's put that as a scarcity, because how much moss are we talking about here? Or is it not? How much moss are we talking about here? Enough that we could use it as a food thing, or is it just like a scavenging type? Or do we not care about the moss? Are we more worried about the carvings? The problem of the aqueduct is no longer a problem. Well, it's enough that it's on the map, so presumably it's a very large area of mossy stone. You know what, I'll just put it as a resource. We have edible moss. Let's just say. Not enough to live on, but enough that we can actually go scarcity? Okay, we'll go scarcity then. Okay, so let's put for lore, because lore I kind of want to be stuff. We have carved stones. And let's actually maybe put nope, not that. I want not damn it. Okay. Carved mossy stones. And I'll add a little bit of mysticism to it. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, so that was a discovery, right? No, sorry, that was a project finished. Okay, that was a project finished, sorry. We're still on Untamed Fox's turn to discover something, have a discussion, or start a project. And this will be good. We've got enough that everyone will get their final turn here. Here's all the things we still have going on in the town. And then these go down to 1, correct? Yeah, because those other ones finished. No, we did not do anything with the tunnel. We just found out it's collapsed. Yes. No, we talked about mining it. That was brought up, but it has not been done yet. It is still a collapsed tunnel. Hold a discussion about the travelers, okay? We'll clone that. So everybody, travelers. Everyone give me your opinion on what to do about these travelers. Okay, we will say accept the travelers. That is the specific question. Are we accepting the travelers? So if we do, we're keeping them? Hold them hostage? How do you want to phrase that? So we welcome them. We, I guess basically kidnap them, in effect. Shanghai them. That's a little bit more. If you play by our rules, sure. So begrudgingly. Okay, so if you play by our rules, so basically it's accept them all around. Let's accept them on condition and more workers. So we are accepting of these people. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say that that will advance a project, but it will prevent this project from, if another event happens, it will prevent this from being delayed, let's say. So this will end next turn, regardless, because of these extra people. But I'm not going to advance it right now. Okay, so that was the discussion. We now move on to Pocket Ninja, and the next event is you discover a cache of supplies. We get a new abundance, or a scarcity has gone unaddressed for too long, and start a project to alleviate the scarcity. So the scarcities we have right now are carbonated spring water, iron deposits, and edible moss, or we can just have a new abundance. Okay, of. Now, this says it is a discovery of a cache of supplies or resources, so it can be a new abundance of anything. Because we're discovering this brand new thing. Just as an aside, this doesn't have anything to do with this, but this accepting travelers, remember, this is just a discussion, so we don't actually have the workers yet. It seems like we all want them, but someone is actually going to have to say, bring them in, as part of a project. mean, they are already here. So maybe we should already just have them. Sorry, we'll discuss that in a minute. Sorry, what's the abundance? Something about the lake, okay. An abundance of rubber duckies. Okay. And what was in the chests? I really do like the music, actually. This is very good. Hopefully none of it is copywritten. I don't think it is. I think it's supposed to be royalty free, but you know how that goes with my videos. I've had royalty free stuff before that gets tagged. Or are they just chests? Do we just have an abundance of chests? Someone just... Okay, so we just have a lot of chests, a lot of mystery chests then. Full of something that we have no idea what it is. Okay. So that was the abundance. Okay, before we get to the action, since this accepting the travelers thing seems pretty obvious, like they came here. What was that? And they arrive in the area. Okay, so it just says they arrive in the area. It's not that they've come to our community. They're just in the area. So, so it makes sense that we've just accepted them, or that we've just discussed them. That we have not actually accepted them. So I'm gonna come in here real quick. I'm going to make a little tent. That's not what I want at all. Okay, so there's travelers in the area. This is something that we will then have to decide whether we want to try and get them. I mean, that seems to be the consensus, is that we want to try and get them into the community, but we will have to actually actively go and try and convince them to do so. So, okay, sorry. We found a bunch of chests. What are we doing this week? Discovering something, having a discussion, starting a project. Oh, sorry. Again, before that ends, we finished projects. We have finished the crop planting. So apparently we now have crops. I'll just say that was successful because we did that. So we now have crops growing, and then we have the raising child morale. So should we say this is an attempt? Should we say that this needs to be something we are deciding whether it worked or not? Shall I roll a die? I mean, how do we want to do that? Flip a coin? Or are we just saying we managed to do it somehow? Flip a coin. Well, Jesper, this is your project. How do you want to resolve this? Because flipping a coin gives it a nice 50-50, but maybe we have done something that gives us a better chance than 50%. So it's easy to flip a coin, but at the same time, maybe because I mean, we've got a bunch of edible moss and mystery chests, and maybe that raised their morale a little bit because what we found in there they liked as toys or something. I don't know. It could also resolve a problem here with the angry parents about child labor. I mean, maybe we gave them fewer hours, and I mean, let's actually think about how does this resolve. Or we can just flip a coin and say it's easy, and yeah, they're suddenly happy because of reasons. Little mossy treats and moss pudding. So we'll just say it's successful then. Horse and moss. Okay, you know what? We'll say it's successful, and we'll say it helps solve this problem of the angry parents as well. Whatever has raised their morale also assuages the parents, and they feel a little bit better about what's going on. Let's do it that way. Okay, well, so that kind of goes against what I just said, because we tell them their parents were concerned for their welfare. So are we just telling them that, or is that actually true? Are we actually doing something? Does this help both sides? We've made the children happy, but does this actually help the parents, or are the parents still angry? Are we treating them better, or are we just saying we're treating them better? I guess is what I would like to clarify. Okay, we'll say whatever made the kids happy has also made the parents happy. This is no longer a problem. Okay. Sorry, Pocket Ninja. What are we doing? Well, yes, but the parents might be slaves. It's not necessarily that we're keeping the kids as slaves. Everybody here might be slaves. Understandably, if we were just enslaving the children, then yes, the parents would probably always be angry. In fact, that would probably cause a bigger problem than the forces of darkness. Well, the wild children don't. We just kind of discovered them. I would suggest that the main characters here are the slave traders, and everyone else is enthralled to them. This is not the keys I want to be moving. Okay, so you want to hold a discussion about the doppelganger. I'm actually gonna put these over here. These are still problems. Well, gee, I'm running out of room here. These are unresolved issues. We tried to stop them, and we tried to interrogate the old man. You know what? I'll put them over here as completed. If we want to do it again, we'll start them up as new discussions. So, okay, let's clone this, and we now need to discuss, in appropriately eerie music, discuss the doppelganger. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to find some appropriate music for him. Okay, so everyone else, what are we doing about the doppelganger? What should we do about the doppelganger? How is it possible if the old man is still alive? That is, specifically the question is discussing how the doppelganger was possible if the old man is still alive. So I'm guessing this is going to be a discussion of theorizing what the doppelganger is, as opposed to what should we do about it. Well, Zoc, I guess that's part of the discussion. We're discussing what's possible. So is that your answer? Discussing whether it's real or an illusion? Okay, so a twin is going to be one of them. Can a priest explain? Okay. Can the priest explain? Is he real? Or illusion? Untamed Fox, what's your take on this? Or is it just, whatever it is, I hope it has a badass boss theme? So, possible hallucination from gas. Okay. So those are all questions we do not know anything about the answer to. It will require further exploration. Okay. So that was the action, right? Discuss. Right. Okay, so we move on now. Zoc? Only a few more days of summer left, or weeks of summer left. Projects are all done. Okay. So the king of spring. Summer is fleeting. Discard the top 2 cards off the top of the deck and take 2 actions this week. Oh. Well, that ends summer real quick. Okay, so that's the event. Summer blazes by, and you now get to take 2 actions. Whoa, what? The event made summer go by, and so now you get to pick 2 actions. 2 actions of discovering, discussing, or starting projects. I mean, you guys can try and sing. I doubt I'm going to sing. Got a lot of things going on here. Except the travelers. Okay. So... Okay, so how are we going to do this? Should we... Yeah, let's do this as a project. And should we just say 1 week? 1 week to convince them? Yeah, I think that's plenty. Spend the week trying to get them on board. Convince... Travelers? Travelers? I don't know. Because I don't think it should take longer. I mean, they sort of came in, although I don't know, maybe they've heard our reputation. But I think 1 week should be enough to decide whether they accept coming in or not. Because again, they just showed up to the area. They haven't necessarily come in and tried to come to our place. So that's how we'll play that. Okay, and so what's the second action? Okay.
It's this way. Send a bunch of wild children scouts to the other village and I don't know, let them see what is there exactly.
Okay, just scout out the other settlement then. Okay, let's do wild kids scout other village. That is not how you said that. Okay, and how long are we going to have them do that? Two weeks. Okay. Yeah, because this is something that we get to determine how long are they going to be there and then report back. So we'll give them 2 weeks and send them out there to the isolated community that by now should probably have our priest in it, having told them of what we're like. But who knows? We don't know anything about them either. And with that, summer is done. So, I'm going to move the chip down just to remind myself where we're at. It will be Calum's turn, but I think we'll go ahead and end the stream. And then we'll do another stream tomorrow, and we'll do fall and winter. Now, winter doesn't necessarily mean it is a complete winter. It ends when we get the King of Spades. So that could be the first card, it could be the middle card, it could be the last card. So, winter could be very short. But yeah, that has been the Quiet Year. I've enjoyed this. I think this is fun. I think this is great. What do you guys think? Yes, we are very terrible people. This has taken a very dark turn that I was not expecting. It's actually kind of funny. It's going to be interesting how we determine how the game ends when the Lord of Darkness comes and finds us. But yeah, I would actually like to do more stuff like this because if you guys remember. Back when I first started streaming, I kind of brought up the game that I wanted to do that was kind of similar like this, as well as bringing in things like the events from Kingdom Death Monster or sort of the settlement building of King of Dragon Pass and other games like that. I think by playing this game, we can get kind of an idea for some of how I'd like that game to develop, and I think I want to develop that alongside of you guys. I mean, it's a game that obviously I would be playing on stream, so I think that as we play these other games, we can use these ideas to sort of come together and put something together. When this is done, maybe we'll play one of those other games for a little while. King of Dragon Pass is a game that we could make decisions together on and vote for, and so I think I would like the streaming to go more community oriented, um, and play games like this with the ultimate goal of eventually, coming to the game that we would create, and the rule set. I would like it to be a little less abstract than this. Something that our resources, for example, we can actually determine that we're getting food, yes, but how much? So like when we plant crops, it would produce actual crops. It would produce enough food, and so an event like 9 travelers coming, well, do we have enough food for them now? That could introduce a new twist to the events that would happen and that sort of thing. So I'd like to actually make like a game that has a little bit of structure to it, a little bit of a core mechanic to it as this goes on. So we'll be combining a lot of elements of different games. That's kind of my thought process on it. But for now, just kind of playing this and tweaking it a little bit, I think is creating a very interesting little story. And I would hopefully this is interesting enough to the YouTube community as well that we can get enough people. I don't want to get too many people though, because I think that's going to bog it down with having like a dozen people trying to come up with decisions and stuff. But I think that if we create a game that has more structure and more of a rule set, we can streamline things and make it a little bit better. This specifically is not really. This is Tabletop Simulator, and then the workshop has the Quiet Year available. Otherwise, you can just create a deck of these things. You can actually download this Oracle from their website. I think they have it available as a PDF. So you can actually just create this inside of Tabletop Simulator. But I've downloaded the little the workshop game that I've then used and modified a little bit. I added the spinner in here, but for the most part, yeah, it is available, but it's not a game itself. But yeah, I mean, I think if this is enjoyable and it creates a little bit more of a community, I think maybe it'll help. It'll help the stream, and I think that I would like to incorporate it a little bit more into Discord. I'm really going to have to just learn a little bit more about Discord and streaming setup, and get it to actually a professional level, because I'm sure there's a bunch of tools that could actually help out a lot, like a straw poll or something, so that we could create the lists of things and then vote for something, rather than just kind of abstractly figuring out how things resolve or something like that. Maybe that would help. I don't know, but I think this is good. This actually worked out really well. I really enjoyed this, so it's good. Tomorrow, probably try and stream a little bit earlier. Not necessarily at the same time. I started late just because I woke up late. I've been really struggling with my sleep schedule lately, and I've been trying to get up and putting it back to the schedule before. That's partly why I haven't been streaming for a while, just because I haven't felt like it, and I've woken up really late, and streaming kind of fell off the map for me. But I would like to get back into it, especially if we're doing stuff that is fun. Yeah, I tried to do that. Unfortunately, so my streaming software actually does have the ability for me to put chat in the window, but the problem is that let me see here. Yeah, the problem is that it's forcing me to log in, and is that popping up? I'm not seeing it on the stream. It's showing up in my software. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah, so I could bring up stream chat, but I can't log in through this. I should already be logged in, and it should already be working, but for some reason I can't get it to log in through my software to actually bring this window up. So, unfortunately, I've just been kind of keeping that off stream. So that's why I'm thinking about getting Streamlabs, and I actually do have Streamlabs installed. I just don't know anything about it, and I just thought this would be easier. But so maybe next time, maybe tomorrow, um, I'll have that ready to go. You'll be late tomorrow? Okay. So 7 o'clock for you is going to be, what, like 1 o'clock for me? What time is it for you right now? Oh, geez, I'm sorry, I've been keeping you guys up. I've been keeping you up for a while. Okay. So you're like 8 hours ahead of me. So it'd be so it'd be about 11 o'clock. It'd be 11 a.m. for me. So yeah, that would actually be okay. I mean, that's actually kind of the time I thought about, like 10:30, 11 o'clock. You know, when I used to stream before was about that time. So that'll be fine, right? We can do that. Might start a little bit ahead of you, but I think that'll work. So should we look at maybe 11 o'clock tomorrow then? 11 a.m. my time? So an hour earlier than today? That's right, that's right. Well, it will not affect tomorrow. The time change here doesn't happen... Or does it? Time change here happens... Oh, no, I think it's on the 3rd here, so... Oh, does it happen tomorrow? Let me look. It's on the 1st. Yes, you're right, it is tomorrow. So, for me, starting at 11 would be one more... Okay, well, whatever. I'll just, you know, we'll try it. We'll try it at 11, which would have been 12 o'clock in today's time, but... Yeah, no, you're right, it is the 1st. Yeah, so... We'll go for 11, we'll just kind of... Okay, well, 11, 10:30, my time. I know, this is going to be difficult now. But I guess we'll just do that. 11 a.m. for me, probably. 10:30, maybe. 10 o'clock. I don't know. I don't want it to be too late for you guys, but I don't want it to be, so early that it. I mean, the weekend is different for schedule time, but I don't know. I guess that'll be a good time. Probably 11 my time, let's say. I'll post the usual announcement video. I think that'll probably work. Okay. Well, we'll look at that time then tomorrow. And we will finish up what happens to the settlement. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll just go with that then. We'll just make it work. And if you guys come in late, well, we'll just pick up from there. I know, I'm not very consistent. I need to get back on an actual schedule. I would like to incorporate streaming more regularly rather than just on the weekends, but so I mean, we're done here, so if you guys need to go, that's fine. But so I quit my job. I have been unemployed for several weeks now, and the whole reasoning behind that is because I want to do some projects. I want to start doing more creative things, and I think I've probably discussed this before. Some of the things I've wanted to do, including a new YouTube channel and getting back into my game development channel. Um, the other channel I lost my partnership on recently because apparently YouTube decided to change some of their terms, and the last time their partnership thing changed, I got grandfathered in. Um, yeah, I will accept Steam friend requests. Um, anyway, I got grandfathered in, and so I was fine. But then they changed it again, and they decided that my my GhazWorks channel has not had enough activity, and so they dropped my partnership on that, which was fine because I don't think I was making money on it this whole year anyway. But so I would like to get that back into partnership, and by doing so, I'd like to get back into sort of the game development stuff. I would like to build up on that again. So I've got that and a couple other things I want to work on. So I don't necessarily want to fill up all my time going full-time streaming, but I feel like maybe doing it a little bit more frequently would be better. For some of the games that I was playing, I think that maybe more frequent would have been better because like doing Planet Coaster, not a lot of progress was being made between the weeks. That's something I still would like to get back into. I've been meaning to do like time-lapse videos about some of the development and keep working on the park, but I haven't, and so maybe doing that in stream will kind of get me back into the swing of it, and so those will just be more casual, whenever streams or something. I don't know. This whole streaming thing, I still don't really have down what I want to do with it. And the more I think about doing with it, the more time that is just taking away from other things. And so, my time being unemployed is limited. I do not have enough money to continue doing this for a very long time, but I can spend some time. So I would like to spend that time productively, being able to do these other projects. And so I just kind of need to get my life sorted right now. But so that's something that I'm still thinking on down the road. I have started playing Anno 1800 again on the main channel, just finishing up that DLC. And then after that, I'm not really sure what else I'm going to play. So I'm probably going to still continue doing the main series, definitely the weekend streams. But as far as doing anything else, involving myself any further into this stuff, I don't know. It's going to depend upon these other side projects I want to get done, and spend some time on while I have it. So anyway, that's a little unnecessary ramble. I guess we can end the stream now, and you guys can go to bed or whatever. Thanks for coming out. I'm glad we all seem to enjoy this. This was actually fun, and actually less chaotic than I had thought it was going to be. It's actually a pretty simple game to get into the groove with. It's just kind of a little bit abstract to explain, I guess. It's something that you definitely have to play. But I definitely look forward to finishing this. And like I said, this can become a regular staple where we play this game or games like this and then kind of tweak it and develop this stream game for this community. And I would like to, as I said, get more involved with Discord again. Discord's been kind of hard for me just because I'm not really a social media person anyway. And so, coming home from work, first inclination was not to jump on Discord and just chat or whatever. But I would like to kind of get more involved with that again. And like I said, I think we can use it as a tool for the streams and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyway, we will see. But I guess we can end this one here. So I will see you all tomorrow, and thanks again.